We're doing a VOD review with EILLAX from Team PMA. Say hello, EILLAX.
Hello.
You're a professional mid laner, and she's learning Neeko today.
Yes.
So you are facing a Lux mid. Not fun. In general, Neeko's worst matchups are versus mages, and she does well into melees and stuff, which is good because she probably does good into the matchups Ari does bad into, so might not be a bad pickup for you into those, like Yasuo and stuff. But in general, Lux outpokes you because of her range on her Q being about 400 range longer than your Q. But the good thing is she cannot root through the wave and you can. So you can always, when she uses her E, you can always look to go aggressive on her and try to land your combo on her and burst her out of lane. So basically she's trying to poke you out and you're trying to find all-ins is what I would say in this lane. How are you feeling about that?
No think. Only spam joke.
Okay, well, thank you. Very, very useful insight. Obviously,
No, but
I'm not a mid main, so EILLAX is going to be kind of teaching us a bit of mid here too. And first thing to mid is you got to do your spam in the river there.
yeah.
So another thing about the game is we need to look at their junglers. It's Nocturne versus Eve. So Nocturne's probably going to want to have pressure, which means you usually want to have pressure in your lane so that you can go help Nocturne, who's probably going to want to invade and stuff. So
Start the
yes,
slow push.
Yes, so we are doing that. If they had a jungler who was more aggressive, you would not want to be pushing out because you could be getting ganked. But everyone's probably not going to be ganking you early, so feels
Damage. It really is low, isn't
bad.
it?
Yep, Neeko's base AD is super low. So Lux is just not throwing spells. It's kind of awkward. But
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
yeah, because you
Don't know what
generally
she started.
so now you can walk up and zone her from the wave and look to land. Oh, you started root. Okay. Usually I start
I
Q.
didn't know which one to start.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't tell you. That's a bad coach right there. Usually I would start Q, but you can go aggressive just because there's too many minions though. But at least you got that one auto back in. Which Elo, by the way, she is a plat player.
Yes.
So yeah, not much is happening right now. But again, she just hard outranges you, so you just always want to have two minions in between you and her. And just when she uses her, so you can look to just run at her with your stealth, because all she has is one. So next time your Q's up, she probably won't. It might be too late, but next time she uses her root, try to look to just go aggressive. You may as well just YOLO W at her and try to get in range to like land a root combo, because at worst, you're just trading Q for Q at that point, or her E, I guess. You're just trading poking spells, and at best, you're landing your combo. So like even now, you could look to stealth at her. There we go. Get that Night Owl.
Oh, not that.
Might need a flash. Oh, feels bad. I think you had it. I think you just had to ignite her and make her a bit more scared, but not terrible. Well, you know, it is what it is.
I would get Dark Seal here. What
Yeah,
should
you
I
get Dark Seal probably.
Okay.
You might have wanted a potion into this lane too, just because
Ah, true.
she's poking you. And because Evelyn's probably not going to be ganking much. I think your big problem with this lane so far is that at the start, you didn't take your Q. And you weren't able to, like, I would even take Q and just farm with it level 1, personally. Oh, help your jungler? Okay. Ooh, the big brain. Wait, you got this. EQ auto ignite. Oh, yeah, she's dead. Oh, yeah.
Fizzy, don't come back.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Nice. You could
That
ping your
wasn't big
jungler to
brain, that
help
was
you
just
shove
free.
if you want, but probably you won't. You could help ping him right now to help you shove if you wanted, because it gets you a good recall, but it doesn't really matter.
Fizzy doesn't deserve the XP. Do you max Q or E?
Yeah, Q first, because your Q is your burst spell. In general, if you hit an empowered root, if you didn't know, your root gets longer, by the way, if it goes through minions. So if you hit an empowered root, usually it's enough time. So here also, you could have looked to right after you shove that wave, you could have just looked to roam straight bot, because your jungler's bot side, and then you would have been able to. But it's probably too late now. But you had like a moment where it's like you can't take the plate because she's there. You can't really do much. So yeah, at least getting vision right now is a good idea, for sure. Maybe you could have used one of your regular wards over the wall when you were there too, but it's fine. So we should be careful just because you are kind of too low to all in her right now. And she just outranges you, so don't be afraid to use your Q to farm and stuff. Nice, and you hit her. That's a huge value right there. I'm basically in the early game and always just like trying to like stack up my tier or monoflow band for the most part. But yeah, good playing back right now. There's nothing you can really do versus her after she won that first early all in and you haven't backed yet. See right there when she throws that, if you weren't so low again, you have the cannon and that caster there, which she can't root through those because there's 2 minions and it only goes through 2. So you can like take the opportunity to just stealth at her and land like a max range EQ. You don't always have to go, if she doesn't throw her root, you don't always have to go for like the auto attack to get the electrocute proc. It's fine to just like go for an EQ max range sometimes. Yeah, you might need to
Just
ping
back.
maybe Karma to come gank or something. Okay, Karma, we see you. Watch out for the root. Alright, she has no root up. Alright.
Oh no!
You have your ulti, so this is looking not bad. Your root is deceptively a short range spell, so you can't shoot it as far as you're used to with Ahri and stuff. Because when it goes through the wave and it gets empowered, it moves quicker and stuff. So usually that's how it doesn't have the range of like Lux's range is longer with hers and like Ahri. You should just reset right now. They have longer range, but because you can throw it through the wave, it doubles the speed of its speed is quicker. So that's why usually you just want to like stealth close to them and then hit the like empowered, which makes it move really quick. But
would a potion still be worth?
I always like refillable to be honest, but I don't know fully. Also, again,
Okay,
you're
Karma.
just sorry.
Is it okay, Karma? Got that double kill.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Hell yeah.
You're just in habit used to going for Everfrost, but in this game, because their team doesn't have
Everfrost.
Everfrost isn't bad until like the what's it called, the Eve. But if you had the what's it called, the revolver thing, whatever it's called now, the alternator, you could pretty much one shot this Lux that's right now. Like you just have to hit her with a EQ once to poke her, and then the next EQ you could all in her. But it might be hard without the alternator to get the all in. But there's nothing wrong with Everfrost, but I definitely don't think it was necessary for this game. But it's fine, because it's still really good versus Evelynn. If you catch a root ulti on Eve, you can Everfrost root her, and then she won't be able to ulti out of your ult, so it's still useful.
Oh, you thought I was building Everfrost because of the Lost Chapter. Shit. I forgot about Rockabelle building out of the other one.
Yeah, it's okay. You're used to building Everfrost. It just was a habit buy.
Oh, I don't build Everfrost all the time on Ahri. That's like probably 10% of the time I'll build Everfrost.
What do you
It's just Lost Chapter always goes into the 3 items. Yeah.
Right. It's a good time to roam. Watch out, Lux could be in that bush going, oh, she's already there. You can go down the river instead from behind, but this is fine too. Go back up. You might be able to catch Lux when she's roaming back to lane. Oh, you got this. Read her before she can ult. Nice.
I can't move.
That's unlucky. We didn't know if Evelynn had ult or not. So the only thing I would say to change is right before your ulti landed, you probably wanted to throw a root at her to just stop her from being able to ult out of your ulti.
True.
Even though she can even ult your root still, it's less time to react than the ulti, because when you jump in the air, it reveals that you're ultiing. You can get the Kindle Gem here. I think Kindle Gem is better than just getting AP because you just don't want to get bursted.
Yeah, I think I should bind those keys so I can look at lanes without just clicking.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Most people, it's by default on the F keys, the F1 through 4. But like, if you do change your passive keys on Neeko to control plus those things, then shift plus them would be natural because you're already used to using those to turn into allies. To be honest, I don't use those either, but pretty much every single high elo player does. I'm just boomer. I don't care. I'll admit it. But yeah, you're not doing too bad, honestly. Like, not even like making excuses. Like Neeko does very poorly into mages. I would definitely say that she's a good counter pick again into. I assume Ari doesn't do as well into like assassins and stuff compared to like the mage matchups. I don't know. At least Yasuo would probably not be good for her. Yasuo is like a very favorable matchup for Neeko. Yeah, Yone is not bad for Neeko. So, but mages just like outrange you, and it's just really dangerous. One misstep and you just get bursted. You could look to roam top if you shove the next wave too. He's kind of just diving your top laner. Like I said, when I play mid, I just... Oh, yeah, let's see it. Nice try. Your Q on the caster should just clear it.
Okay.
Whatever, she ultied. Bot's looking good for roam too. You got options, but I would definitely roam right now because for just in general, you're not going to win that matchup. Eve's top, so there's no counter gank coming. Uh-oh. Oh, she smurfed it. Throw the Q. Nice. Oh my god, the
she's
shield.
still alive.
So the only recommendation I would give here for the reason why that went so bad is you got to ping on your way when you're ganking. If you were pinging, your teammates probably would have reacted sooner. I also think you ulted a slightly late, maybe a bit earlier,
Wait,
but
this Evelyn.
what she's saying. I don't know what's going on.
She said, "Wait, how did you get there, Noct? It was me, not Nocturne." She thinks it was Nocturne.
Oh, she got bamboozled. Classic.
So we just rush Everfrost?
Yeah, well, at this point, there's nothing good that builds. I don't like Ludens on Neeko. I think Neeko doesn't really need mana items in general. The reason you usually want HP on Neeko because of the fact that she wants to get into close range in fights and she dies really easily. So usually you want HP items. So Everfrost has HP or Rocket Belt. Some mid laners even like going Night Harvester on her, but she doesn't really have mana issues for the most part. So I don't really like Ludens on her. You could look to roam again, but if you do, you should be pinging on your way as you're going right now. You know what I mean? Like you ping going, and as you get closer, you keep... Like one thing I learned personally is I used to think also it was you just had like one ping and that would be it. I'd ping on my way and I'd start moving. Like I've learned that you just need to spam ping sometimes. Like honestly,
Yeah.
it's sometimes people get really annoyed in low elo, but in like higher elo, everyone does it. No one gets annoyed by it. But like, yeah, you just want to be spam pinging as you're roaming somewhere. Nice. See, there is where the Everfrost will come in clutch because you can Everfrost her and she won't be able to ult you out. So that was the one person that's good. But the only reason I would say Rocket Belt was better this game is because if usually what I like to say is Rocket Belt versus mobile champions or immobile champions and Everfrost versus mobile. So they only have one mobile champ for Everfrost, but they have a Jinx ADC and a Lux that you can one-shot both of them with a Flash ulti Rocket Belt combo. So there was 2 good targets for Rocket Belt this game and only 1 for Everfrost, but definitely not bad because of Eve to have the Everfrost this game. Nice, the big double root. Nice.
Oh.
Huge. That's why I like the Kindle Gem over the thing. I think you have enough almost. I think you need 50 more gold actually. You might need to stay one more wave. I think it's 1450 now. I don't remember. I don't remember the gold amounts. Oh! Gee! That almost hit you on the little freaking tail right there. Alright, now you should have enough for Everfrost. Neeko has one of the biggest hitboxes in the game. Her hitbox is the same size as all the big tanks like Nunu and Maokai and all that stuff for some reason because of her tail. So you can get picked. Oh, it was only 1300, so I guess you had enough, but oh well.
Yeah.
I like the habit of buying control words when you go back, though. That's Pog.
It's a great habit to have.
It is. So in general, also, you want to try the best possible to be keeping flash timers just because if no one has flash, an E-flash ulti is a one-shot, but you could look for an E-flash on their Jinx if she's like over-aggressive and just like ulti her and she'll probably just die. Stealth and go look for an E-flash, honestly. Nice. Everfrost them. They can't get out. Okay, never mind. They're dead anyways. Oh,
At
you
least I
used
got an
Everfrost.
assist.
Nice. Hell yeah. I mean,
That was Lux Flash.
from a support main, getting those assists is pog. Who cares? The one thing I like about Neeko, to be honest, a lot, is she's not as item dependent as some other champions. Like when I fall behind on her, maybe it's because I'm used to playing her support and I'm already used to playing with no items, but nice try.
Oh.
Probably need to. Oh, never mind. She's being scared. Yeah, one of the nice things about Neeko though is you don't need to. You don't need to have items too much for the most part. Like for the most part, if you hit a big ult, you're gonna win a team fight regardless of your items. So it doesn't really matter. For the most part, in my opinion. But we're not doing too bad here. So at this point, your bot lane should have been rotating mid by here, not just keep pushing bot, but it is what it is. They're TPing bot, you should probably just move. Also, you get your champion's base move speed that you turn into. So going into Nocturne definitely makes you move quicker, which is good. Also, another thing is when you stealth out of a bush too, it's good to change after you stealth. It's a harder thing to do, but you were Nocturne, and if you stealth and then turn into Neeko, it makes it harder because they just get more confused when there's two different champs. Your guy needs help. He dodged it though.
I can't see. Oh, I did
Awkward
hit her with
moment.
Everfrost. Damn it.
Your bot lane needs you to rotate real bad right now. They're all getting dove. Nice. Huge. Go for the squishy. Yep. Nice. All right, huge.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you got move speed when you ever frosted them, because they got so you got move speed. I guess you got karma shield. I was like, how's she getting?
Did I?
You ever frost them and you got move speed, but I think you must have gotten shielded from
There's only
karma.
so much I can pay attention to.
Sorry. I'm just watching, observing, taking notes, learning how to play mid here from the best.
So I do get base move speed?
Yeah, so you can see you have 345, and if you turn back to Neeko, you're at 335. So you're getting 10 move speed for going into Nocturne. And likewise, if you turn into like your ADC, you lose move speed because she's slower move speed. And yeah, you also like your attack speed changes based to who you are. So like usually turning into an ADC while taking towers will just make you push it quicker. Tower plates take 20% more damage from melee champions. So if you turn into a melee, well, at least you got her flash. Wait, you can smurf it here, maybe. I believe. Oh!
No!
When you
Why
get...
did she know that was me?
She just guessed. I don't know. Lucky. She was closer to you, so she just probably went for it. Plus, you were running towards... Usually when you use your W, if you throw your W towards where you would normally run and run in the opposite direction, they're less likely to follow it. So, in general, because like the one running towards the enemy tower is probably not going to be you, and then all of a sudden it is you, and you could like execute or something.
True. I thought she would go around the other way though.
Right. Well, yeah, it was just a prediction at that point. When Evelyn charms you, you're holding onto your W, but when she charms you, it shows you what direction she's coming from. You should just instantly send your clone straight at where she came from, because your clone reveals her in stealth, and it can give you vision to like root her and get away.
Oh, true.
Plus, it also just gives you move speed. So like if you throw your clone at her and run in the opposite direction, you're just getting distance on her and revealing where she is. So a good habit is just to W second. In general, when you get caught on Neeko ever, you should just get in the habit of just W instantly, because like you get caught in a Lux bind and you just use your W to stealth so she can't auto attack you at least. Yep. Zanya's is a decent item in this game just because of Evelyn one-shotting you. If they don't have assassins, usually you want to go Void Staff second. It just gives you the best one-shot potential on squishies. You can just one-shot their ADC if you ever just like if you just E-flash right now on her, she will just die. That works too, though.
Oh, why did you do it at the same time? No!
Okay, you're living, Pog. That was unlucky. You barely lived. Unlucky. I know it's like you don't play the champ much, so you're not as confident, but like you should just like be E-flashing the Jinx there, to be honest. Because if you E-flash her, even though you don't know if she has flash, you're either going flash for flash trade, which isn't the worst for their Jinx. And if you hit the E-flash, she's just guaranteed dead. Because if you E-flash ulti Everfrost so she can't flash out, and she's just guaranteed dead. And if you're pretending to be Nocturne, she's not going to be expecting you to E-flash on her.
True.
But it's not like you're freaking... Honestly, I don't even know if it's worth selling anything just for an amp tome right now. I would just sit on the potion just because I don't like being low HP. Neeko's E-flash is like the deadliest, which you know because Ahri's freaking charm flash. But I guess on Ahri, you probably don't do it as often just because you have your ulti for the most part to like ulti charm people. But on Neeko, you don't really got it, that mobile ability.
Oh, somebody's over here.
Yeah. So you probably just want to group up your team just because of Evelyn. I don't know if you win the 1v1 versus Evelyn.
Oop.
Oof.
You didn't see that?
Didn't see nothing. Because right now, like, you can just get opened on by Evelyn. You're better off. In general, Neeko just loves the team fight in general. So you probably just want to be with your team at all points because you're just really vulnerable to getting picked off right now.
Okay.
Yep. The Evelyn. As Evelyn, you just
Okay.
always ball. Group up. If you're by yourself, you may as well just assume you're dead. You can sell if you want. It doesn't really matter.
Hey.
Yeah, it's like not one's better than the other necessarily because the amp tome is worth 435 gold and the HP from the pot is worth like about 600 to 700 gold because 150 HP is 400 gold. Your team's 5-0. So hopefully we can get there and impact this. Oh no, probably just farm the bot wave.
Yeah.
It's gone anyways. Feels bad. You should just move to your team. Screw the CS, honestly. They might need you. Because if Evelyn appears... Yeah, she might just want to back now for top, to be honest. I don't know. I'm so indecisive. This is where your expertise as a mid laner. The freaking later macro, I'm just used to as a support, just always just roaming around, trying to make picks and staying near my teammates. But farming side waves, I never know what to do. I feel like every time I play mid, I'm just like not there. My team needs me half the time.
Yeah. People just do whatever the hell they want, so it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to know what to do
Yep. Well, like
when you're
again,
able to farm side waves and stuff.
you're just like because you're just used to it out of habit, you built Everfrost. But I do believe in your elo, Rocket Belt is just better because it gives you better all-in pressure early in lane. It gives you better burst later too, and it gives you better pick potential. And you just want to be looking for big flash ultis on the enemy team with your Rocket Belt for the most part. Everfrost means you have to wait for your teammates to engage, which isn't always the best strategy in lower elos because you can't trust your teammates always to engage at the right times. Hopefully we can get there in time to help this. Nice Everfrost, so she couldn't get out. But she's too tanky. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, jeez, Karma. Go get him, Oscar Prom. Someone's coming from below you.
Oh!
It's okay. You have Karma with thingy. It's hard for him to kill you through all that healing.
Yeah.
Hello, Carol. We're just doing a VOD review or a coaching session with EILLAX.
My
PogChamp.
Q didn't proc. Feels bad.
Yeah, it only procs if you kill a minion, hit an enemy
Yeah.
champion, or on big monster camps in the jungle. Or like dragon and stuff. But you did really well there with comboing your Everfrost with your ulti so that Evelyn couldn't ulti out. So you're showing right there why Everfrost is good versus mobile champions. Alrighty. Definitely a good time to be getting vision control around the dragon as it's about to spawn. As Neeko, sometimes hiding in a flank is really good too. You have ulti up, so like even like that tri-bush on the enemy side, if you're like just chill there and the enemy team like funnels in and you come in from behind with like a big ulti can be really big. But in general, you probably are just trying to hit their ADC in team fights with an ulti. Because Jinx does a lot of damage and she's immobile. I think you guys just go to your dragon. Okay, try it, may as well. Oh, that was so close.
Ooh.
Okay, you guys should just do dragon rather than ARAM it, because all it takes is Lux finds one pick. So the only thing I would say about that is it worked out, but the only reason I'd say it's bad is because
Oh no.
I like how you use your W out and then you always hide in like corners out of vision. I kind of need to start doing that a bit more.
I do.
Yeah, you throw your W's out and then you like hug a wall out of the vision and you just like chill. The only reason I would say though you don't want to go for that 50-50 fight in the mid lane is because you had control. Like look at your vision around the dragon. You could have forced them all to come into you, and then you could have been hiding in a bush on the side and then came in for a big ulti on the side where you could have hit like so many people, and it would have been a lot less coin flip. So yeah, usually you want to go Void Staff next. It's just like really efficient item for Neeko. It just is the best damage wise because it's also cheap and it'll just help you just do damage to Shen too. And you're just going to one-shot squishies regardless of what you build, so it's just useful. Yeah, as Neeko, your flash is like your best cooldown. So definitely next time there's a dragon up and you have flash up, you should just try and hide out of vision and force them to come to you and just see if you can get a big flash on someone from out of vision. Oh, you hit it. That's a smurf.
I didn't think that would hit.
Neither did I. But you're showing the limits of what this champ can do. You might want to start moving closer towards your Nocturne side just because it looks like if you're going to be moving anywhere, there's Evelyn on the bottom. You might be able to catch that Senna up there. Did your Nocturne just flash out? I hope not. You guys should look to fight for sure. Nice, you're coming in a flank. I like this. I like this. Nice, huge. Baron. Ping your team, Baron. Baron, 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 Baron.
I can't pick anymore.
Yeah. You just gotta spam it. Most of the time people will listen, but their jungler is up, so she can steal is the scary part, but at the same time, you guys have a 5v freaking 2, so. Oh, huge. Sonya. Oh, okay. Nice. Huge. There we go. See? And that's a game-winning Baron right there. In general,
I
you don't
wanted to
ever
turn
want
into Nocturne so she targeted me instead of the other Nocturne.
big brain. Like I said, usually Void Staff, but this isn't a bad either. It's just Void Staff gives you huge burst to be able to like block, take out that Shen and stuff. But even if they don't have any
and she's
magic,
getting an MR.
yeah, and even if they don't have MR, it's usually the best. Like there's the rank 1 Magiflex got rank 1 playing Neeko mid at the start of the season, just spamming it. And he's Fnatic's player and he was EU. And he was just building Everfrost into Voidstaff second every single game, no matter what the circumstance was. He was just building Everfrost into Voidstaff every single game because it's that good on Neeko. But yeah, in general, also, you don't ever want to upgrade your Dark Seal on her because usually as Neeko, you're vulnerable to dying. You probably after this wave want to group your team just because, again, Evelyn, you don't want to be alone. She'll just kill you. So
Okay.
yeah, you should probably just group up with your team. I hate playing versus perma-stealth champs. They make the game so unfun. Bam. See, even with the, you just one shot either way. It doesn't matter. Like, yes, if you get the, what's it called? What you were going to build. What's that item called? Horizon Focus. Yes, if you got Horizon Focus, you'd be able to do more damage. But for the most part, your full combo one-shot squishies no matter what you build, TBH. So it's better to just build to be able to hurt tanks and stuff too. And just open up what you can build. Because Neeko has insane base damage in her kit. It's like kind of ridiculous. Your Q with all 3 bounces does like 550 damage or something like that. It's just like base damage without even any AP, which is already like almost half of someone's health without even building anything. Your ulti does 200 base. So like, yeah. Oh, huge. Zanya's nice. Almost able to kill him in fountain. Close. Nice. Well, either way, you got the base opened up.
And avoid staff.
Yes. Now you can build the Horizon Focus if you want, or you can build whatever. I don't think you need anti-heal this game. I don't remember what they have fully, but they have a Senna, so it's not terrible, but she's not building like, she's building AD Senna, so she's probably not putting out that much healing that makes it worth it. You're probably better off getting Horizon Focus. Honestly, not too bad. One thing I'll say that I've noticed though is you do like to just like start off fights with your ulti a lot of the time. It's not terrible, but I usually would just lead with a root. And if you hit the root, especially if you're going Everfrost build, instead of running into the fight with your ulti at start, like I feel like it's better to just root. And then if your root connects, you can just ulti and Everfrost and then they can't get out. Because you're already
I think it's just because I spammed the ult in practice tool.
Maybe. Maybe. I mean, it's not terrible. You're hitting them. So it's working out, obviously. But usually with Everfrost specifically, it's like you might as well just fish for roots. And if you hit your root ulti, because if you just walk in an ulti, they could just potentially flash the ult anyways. And then you're in a really, really bad position where they can just turn around and kill you. But if you walk in and root and they flash your root, well, now you still have your ulti up and you didn't like, you're not stuck in one position for like half a second because of your ulti animation. But it's been working out, so it's not terrible, obviously. But I think it's just a little less optimal sometimes. It's just got to get the feel for it, I guess. That ADC, and that's what happens if you don't group up versus Evelyn. You just die. Yeah, you kind of just have to wait for your ADC to come back. In general, you guys should be probably just all be pushing a side lane, though, rather than A-ramming mid. In general, you probably would want, if your Ornn has TP, in general, you'd have your Ornn pushing mid in so you're not losing EXP and CS. And he can't get one shot by Evelyn on the side, and then he can TP into a fight if it breaks out, but... Also, as Neeko, you probably want to be switching out your trinket for sweeper, just because, again, as Neeko, you usually want to be hiding in flanks, and knowing you're not on vision is really useful. So your ADC is almost back up. You guys should probably be pushing a side wave, though. Probably top, because Baron's spawning, and you want to have control of the side of the objective. Feels bad, man. Evelyn Gaming. You guys need to get out of there. Oh, my God. I don't think you can turn this. You guys just need to leave. Nice, you got her. That's huge, at least. It makes it harder for them to do a Baron since you got their jungler.
Yeah.
Oh, that's unlucky circumstance. Your ADC goes top, gets picked off. You can probably sell your Dark Seal for the needlessly large rod. It's worth more AP at this point. Unless your Dark Seal is fully stacked, you're getting way more AP out of the needlessly large. Oh no, don't tell me you guys lose here.
Might, since it's Jinx.
Yep. That's unlucky. You guys were about to win. Up versus Evelyn. Solo queue life. Well, RIP. I don't think you lost this game because of you at then. But I do think maybe your whole team should have been top with their ADC in general because there's not really a point of being mid, but definitely not your fault that your team, you were just with your team. So, feels bad.
It's all good.
Well,
I feel like I learned a lot.
I hope so. That's the first time I've ever done a coaching session. I feel like it wasn't as good as I could have done, but next time I do one, we'll probably be a lot better at it now.